Images that no one expected have just transformed one of the strangest astronomical mysteries of our time. The James Webb Space Telescope, working together with the Virtual Telescope Project, released new photographs of the interstellar object known as 3I Atlas. What these images revealed shocked researchers across every major observatory. Instead of looking like a comet nearing the Sun, Atlas appeared as a single, sharp, concentrated point of blue light, steady, unchanged, and unnervingly calm. There was no dust trail. No gas cloud. No outgassing. Nothing that a comet should display when heated by the sun. And the most troubling part was its consistency. Months earlier, the Hubble Space Telescope captured Atlas, and the new images looked nearly identical. A comet that should have lost billions of tons of material appears completely untouched. For some scientists, it's a rare curiosity. For others, it's something far more profound. The alarm began in late October when astronomers noticed an impossible shift in Atlas's motion. Instead of slowing as it approached perihelion, the point closest to the Sun, it began to accelerate. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory confirmed that Atlas deviated from its predicted orbit by 4 arcseconds. On cosmic scales, that angle translates to a lateral shift of tens of thousands of kilometers. Something invisible was pushing it. Calculations showed that Atlas accelerated outward from the Sun at 0.22 mm per second squared while drifting sideways at nearly the same rate. Over a single month, it moved more than 80 kilometers off the expected path, an enormous distance in orbital mechanics. Natural forces simply couldn't explain it. The most common explanation, outgassing, quickly collapsed. To produce the observed acceleration, Atlas would have needed to eject nearly a sixth of its total mass, over 5 billion tons of gas and dust. Such activity would create a spectacular, blazing halo brighter than anything in the sky aside from the Moon. Yet telescopes detected nothing. Not even a faint smear. To highlight the absurdity, the Virtual Telescope Project released a comparison image between Atlas and Comet Lemon, photographed under identical conditions. Lemon appeared as expected, glowing, with a long, radiant tail shaped perfectly by solar winds. Atlas, on the other hand, remained a flawless, unblinking point of light. No structure. No fuzziness. It was like comparing a living flame to a polished gemstone. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb reviewed the acceleration and concluded that if outgassing were responsible, even backyard telescopes would detect the expelled debris. But images from November 5 showed no change at all. Its brightness, color, and symmetry stayed perfectly stable. Virtual Telescope director Gianluca Masi described the object as the most baffling observation I've ever recorded, noting that even specialized dust analysis instruments returned readings of 0. Loeb's team modeled the physics using Atlas's estimated mass, 33 billion tons, nearly a million times heavier than Oumuamua. Solar radiation pressure could not move something so massive. Outgassing was absent. Planetary gravitational forces were irrelevant at that distance. That left only one conclusion: an unknown mechanism was exerting consistent, measurable force on the object. Then the anomalies began stacking up. Atlas's orbit tracked almost perfectly along the ecliptic plane, the same thin sheet of space traveled by Earth and the other planets, within 5 degrees. Loeb compared the alignment to hitting a target in complete darkness from unimaginable distance. Even more bizarre was a jet-like burst of material recorded pointing toward the Sun, the reverse of how any comet behaves. Instead of being pushed by sunlight, Atlas seemed to challenge it. Even its speed defied expectations. It moved faster than smaller, lighter interstellar visitors like Oumuamua and Borisov, even though its immense mass should slow it down. Its brightness curve made even less scientific sense. As it approached the Sun, it brightened at twice the rate expected from a natural object. And the color, an intense ultraviolet blue, suggested thermal energy exceeding the Sun's surface. Yet there were no signs of melting, cracking, or fragmentation. Spectroscopy deepened the mystery further. Natural comets have chaotic blends of minerals, ices, and rock. Atlas did not. Instead, it showed a precise nickel-to-iron ratio remarkably similar to engineered high-temperature alloys used in spacecraft and turbine engines. Its water content was unexpectedly low, around 4%. These signatures suggested not a frozen snowball, but something that looked refined. Some researchers proposed that Atlas's surface could be a ceramic-like or composite layer, remarkably heat-resistant and polished, explaining the clean reflection of light. Even the way Atlas reflects sunlight is unprecedented. Its polarization signature, a kind of alignment in scattered light, appears mathematical, almost engineered. Natural bodies simply don't produce patterns this precise. Loeb remarked that if humanity ever built a probe meant to cross the galaxy for billions of years, Atlas is exactly what it would resemble. The trajectory raised even more concern. When mapped, Atlas's path swept past the orbits of Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, but skillfully avoided Earth. During the exact period it should have been easiest to study, it drifted behind the Sun, hidden from many instruments. The timing was so precise that some analysts privately described it as deliberate navigation. Tracing its path backward led to another unsettling coincidence. Atlas appeared to originate from the same region of space associated with the famous 1977 WOW signal, an unexplained radio burst that SETI researchers have analyzed for decades. Two extraordinary events separated by nearly half a century, pointing toward the same cosmic coordinates. As new images circulated, the mystery only deepened. Atlas remained unchanged, still a compact point of blue light, still lacking any detectable heat signature, still refusing to shed material the way a comet should. Plasma physicists suggested experimental propulsion methods involving solar wind manipulation. Others speculated that Atlas could be the drifting remnant of a machine whose creators vanished long ago, yet the device continues operating on ancient instructions. On December 19, 2025, Atlas will make its closest approach to Earth, about 167 million miles. Every major telescope, from ground observatories to space-based giants like Hubble and Webb, will be focused on it. If Atlas behaves like a normal comet, we'll finally see the massive dust cloud demanded by physics. If it remains the same silent, blue, compact body, then the natural explanation dissolves entirely. Whether Atlas is a rock, a remnant, or something deliberately engineered, one thing is undeniable. The universe has presented a riddle that challenges everything we know. Objects like this remind us that discovery often begins when something refuses to behave the way our models predict. As Atlas approaches, the world watches, waiting for the moment it finally reveals its nature. Until then, it continues its journey, cold, brilliant, and indifferent, moving with precision through the solar system as if following a script older than humanity itself.